You're on the hunt for the best antivirus 2023 and beyond at a good price. I get it. Not only that, but it should be reputable, not suck your system's resources, and have a good detection rate, right? After some thorough testing, I'm here to let you know if that type of provider exists. Welcome to the channel where I offer honest advice all in the cybersecurity sphere. If by the end of this video you decide one of these options suits your online habits, be sure to use the best deals I've gathered in the description before committing. First, looking at Norton. Hold on. I know Norton Antivirus was once classed as an expensive product, but let me explain to you why they're on my top list. Their track record is squeaky clean for starters. The last time they got anything below perfect across all major categories, that's performance, usability and detection, was back in 2020. Seeing as I always want to trial run supposedly best antivirus picks myself, I planted 10 malicious files on my PC and ran a full system scan to check the detection and consistency. The results are clear. Norton took only 10 minutes to complete a full scan, a speedy result. Yet their detection was a little off perfect, with 8 out of 10 malicious files, and it was a little heavy on my system resources, so keep that in mind if you do heavy duty activities regularly. What's important to remember is I turned off their real-time protection to run this test, so with this on, I'm sure Norton would have a higher detection rate. I can't deny that Norton has a lot of protection against a whole host of threats. This only stresses why I always recommend providers with such versatility. The smart firewall is impressive, something TotalAV and other providers on this list is lacking. It is sophisticated because it is a two-way silent firewall, so it monitors traffic going in and out, a must-have from any supposedly best antivirus provider. The biggest takeaway here is that Norton is a full bundle. There's even the isolation mode, which is an added security measure that lets me browse at ease, blocking any harmful site I might encounter. To top that off, there's a safe cam, stopping anyone from accessing my camera without permission, a password manager, and even a VPN too. Great for any beginner or advanced user. Speaking of beginners, a consideration is the ease. My biggest note here would be that features open up in different tabs. While everything is easy to find, it could fluster you a bit at first. Also, I don't feel like they've used the dashboard layout to their best advantage. That big picture just takes up too much space. Despite this, there is an introductory guide after installation with the desktop version. With everyday activities, I like that you can use the drop-down menu to find scanning options, and you can see your latest security status really quickly on the dashboard. How's their mobile counterpart? I'd say that Android users get a few more features than iOS. Because of this, it is arguably one of the best antivirus for Android options, yet both offer enough security for most daily activities. Let's backtrack a little. I'm a sucker for nostalgia, what can I say? I mentioned that Norton is often called expensive or sometimes a rip-off, yet I'm not sure if they've taken this feedback on board because they are reasonable these days. Despite no free version, their entry-level plan is just under £20 a year for the first year. That's really affordable, but this plan is super limited and when compared to TotalAV, does only protect one device at a time, so only really for a beginner user. Strangely enough, their Deluxe and Standard plans are around the same price right now, but the hook is in the renewal price here, which is very different, so always something to check before committing. The Deluxe has 5 devices and advanced stuff like parental controls and dark web monitoring. Even this plan is under £25 for the first year. I'd say that's a bit of a steal in all honesty, and any of their higher plans offer more than enough for advanced users looking for sophisticated protection. Another provider I'll jump right in with is TotalAV. I often hear, is TotalAV reputable? And I'm going to start by confirming this right off the bat. They provided themselves time and time again in independent testing, scoring perfect or near perfect in the last test. Their high 0-day threat score also means your device is protected against newly discovered threats, which can be harder to determine. I did the same test as with Norton to compare results and scan durations. TotalAV scored the highest score, 10 out of 10. These were all detected in under 20 minutes. What I will say is significant though, is there's no way to quarantine the threats right away. You've got to wait for the scan to finish first. This means threats are still on my device as the scan runs and could cause damage. Despite this, TotalAV Antivirus still makes my list because they have real-time protection, something I always expect. While this is great because it will detect any missing threat in a matter of seconds, further safeguarding my device. In terms of resources, I wouldn't say my computer is any slower with TotalAV running in the background. If performance is a big consideration for you, they do have the system tune-up options with the entry-level premium plan. But it is worth noting their scan times are quite lengthy also. Putting detection rates and reliability to the side, I wanted to see if the features match other best antivirus 2023 candidates. Throw in TotalAV's ransomware protection and you've got yourself a stellar offering. This is easy to find through their browser extension and protects from dangerous websites that contain phishing attempts, scams and stuff like that. Then there are the most expensive add-ons you get with these higher tiered plans. What stands out to me here is they offer a pretty good VPN with their second level plan. Something I use regularly to protect my browsing from snoopers and perfect for a beginner wanting a lot of tools under one roof. With over 100 servers to choose from, it is a fully fledged extra. There's even some great additions with their entry level option, a disk cleaner and optimization tools, plus protection against a whole host of threats. But how do these TotalAV antivirus features handle? I found the dashboard streamlined. You'll find your plan-dependent features right under the relevant tabs on the left. The mobile apps are equal to the desktop version and pretty much time served. I did notice that the iPhone version can seem a bit lacking at a first glance, mainly because there's built-in capabilities already, so you won't find a virus scan. Yet, would I say they're affordable? As I mentioned, the experience you get will widely depend on the plan you opt for. There's a free plan, which is great, but it is entirely stripped back, and while it can remove malware from your device, it won't really stop advanced stuff from slipping in. The entry-level plan sits nicely at around £119 a year for the first year. This is actually with 3 devices, so a fair offering. Despite not having the password manager or VPN, it has all of the essentials and optimizations to make your device run smoothly. I'd say, all things considered, it is definitely one of the best antivirus 2023 options, especially with their great detection rates and affordable starting point. Next up, a fan favourite, Bitdefender Antivirus. First up, they've won AV Comparative's Product of the Year more times than any other antivirus provider. Get in. Look at their December 2022 testing. It would seem they blocked 100% of threats too, only further highlighting their dedication to protecting users. In my own testing, Bitdefender did well too, despite being quite lengthy. Around 17 minutes, Bitdefender detected 9 out of 10 of the malicious threats. That's just under TotalAV in terms of detection. What does stand out is the low system resources. Because their scans happen within the cloud, the impact on my PC is lowered. Maybe this is an indication as to why they got top marks for performance in third-party testing too. If I was to dive a little deeper into their offerings, I'm glad to see advanced threat defense and ransomware mitigation. Ransomware is becoming a billion-dollar industry for cybercriminals, so this makes sure your precious files don't get encrypted, never to be recovered. And the mitigation is essentially real-time protection. Classic, but still handy. They too have a password manager, a VPN, and even webcam protection for those more advanced users that want a full bundle. What I tend to use most though is their system optimization feature. Sure, it is more of a quality of life addition, but there is a privacy cleanup tool which is nice to have. All their ducks seem to be in a row, but what about ease? You should know their installation does take the longest on the list, but after that I was met with a neat dashboard. If you like a classic theme, that's what you'll get. Functions on the left, all listed nicely. I'm fighting every urge to quote the cha-cha slide right now. You are welcome. Anyway, comparatives between apps. The desktop and Android apps are my preferred methods, fully fledged versions with protection in most forms. I'd go as far as to say it is one of the best antivirus for PC options. Yet, keep in mind that the iPhone version is lacking in comparison and feels fairly watered down. With all things considered, does the performance justify the price? There's actually a free version. Again, it is pretty basic, so I couldn't call it the best antivirus on the market and only covers one device at a time. So, should you consider investing? I'd say yes. Just look at that list of capabilities for their entry-level plan. It just goes on and even includes the firewall and a VPN. That's just under £30 for the first year. A big downside, this plan is not for Mac or iOS devices. If that's you, you'd have to look at their total security plan, which is about £5 more at the moment, but does speed up your device and unlock 5 devices. Even with their reputation alone and advanced architecture, I'd say this is great value and you can protect 3 devices too. A provider you may be surprised to see today is NordVPN, namely their threat protection plan. I bet you're a little confused, but let me explain why they make the cut after certain implementations. NordVPN Antivirus is a good option for someone who wants a layer of protection, but cheap. Not only does it let me browse without trackers or face malicious links, it can detect download malware too. Keep in mind, it can only run scans on executable files, so it is a shame this doesn't include Word documents because those are often ways that cybercriminals try to spread malware. I'd say it still has great protection, especially considering there's the real-time protection. In terms of ease, I tested it out for a while, and it is just as intuitive as the VPN. With scans that run in the background, it'd be nice to see full customizable scanning options that offers on the list offer, but it isn't really a deal breaker after looking at my testing results. I did some testing against some ransomware and Nord detected 10 out of 10 files. Furthermore, they detected 8 out of 10 malware files I planted in the standard testing. This was all done in under a minute too, so a great solution for someone that wants to safeguard their device quickly and with little effort. Just to make things clear, this service has 2 options depending on your device: Threat Protection and Threat Protection Lite. The former, it's working only on Windows or Mac OS. This version has the ability to scan downloaded files and is arguably a lot more full in terms of capabilities. The Lite option is more for mobiles. When I was using it, I could check URLs only on the DNS level and it would work solely when connected to the VPN. While I could browse safely, avoiding malicious sites, this version didn't stop trackers or ads. My general summary is that the threat protection feature is easy to use, yet effective, and it doesn't cost a bomb either. If you've already got a NordVPN account, it can be activated for free too. Seeing as I mentioned NordVPN's threat protection, I want to introduce the Surfshark antivirus too. It is no surprise they both are investing in such capabilities after the merger, but I'd say Surfshark Antivirus is tailored towards a different audience. I found it more of a cybersecurity bundle, offering a VPN, antivirus, safe search and alerts with their Surfshark One plan. The biggest difference, they have scanning options for you to customize, and the scan is a little more lengthy than NordVPN, but still on par with top performing antivirus options coming in at around 11 minutes. And Surfshark surprisingly blocked 100% of threats in Independent Testing Institute scores, making it fully certified. There's now even real-time protection, and they've even expanded their software to Mac OS and Android users too. Yet a caveat is no firewall. This could be a deal breaker for some, so a dedicated antivirus might be more fitting. One of the main reasons I've added them here is that the company has such a transparent background. I've used their VPN for quite some time, and that alone is a consistent experience. In terms of pricing, this plan does feel like a competitive price, considering all of the capabilities. Just know your only option is the full bundle. You can't get the antivirus as a standalone plan, so probably more for advanced users looking for a whole variety of tools in one place. Now I want to quickly recommend a few alternatives. Avira Antivirus is a great free antivirus provider that also has stellar premium plans. With impressive independent testing scores, Avira successfully blocks 99.2% of threats. There's real-time protection, a VPN and password manager, and even a free version that is simple, but a great start for any beginner if you can look past the missing web protection here, which can be downloaded for free as a separate app. Yet I wouldn't say their entry-level plan is steep, currently under £18 for the first year. It is available on a lot of operating systems, yet I did notice Windows users get the most feature-heavy version. In general, I like their UI, it is intuitive. Another quick one is McAfee Antivirus. This provider is more than just essential protection. Independent testing scores speak for themselves, detecting 100% of a whole host of malware. With a password manager, VPN, and even encrypted storage, which you don't see with all antivirus providers, there's even my beloved Firewall too. Navigation-wise, I found it streamlined. There's clear scanning options, but the iOS app doesn't have as much to offer as the Android and desktop versions. Yet looking at their pricing, they aren't the cheapest best antivirus pick currently, with their entry-level plan coming in at just under £30 right now. Take note that this does have quite a few features, especially the password manager and identity monitoring. There's a whole lot on offer there, no doubt. My best antivirus takeaway? There's no one answer. Finding one that has all the features you need for your daily activities is vital. I can say any of my top antivirus recommendations will protect you considerably, but Norton Antivirus and TotalAV have a lot to offer. Just consider what you find most important: price, detection, speed, or ease, and make your pick. That's it for my best antivirus software video. Click the link in the description to check the best deals and return to the channel. I appreciate your support. See you soon.